We begin with the major diplomatic breakthrough to stop the cross-border fighting between Israel and the U.S.-designated terror group Hezbollah in Lebanon. Hezbollah first attacked Israel on October 8, 2023, one day after the Hamas attack on Israel from Gaza. Today, both President Biden and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a ceasefire. Israel is reserving the right to strike back, though, if Hezbollah violates the terms and attacks. Just hours before this deal was reached, Israel hit Lebanon's capital city, Beirut, with a wave of airstrikes, and it said Hezbollah had launched at least 60 rockets into Israel today alone. CBS's Deborah Patta leads off our coverage with late-breaking details from East Jerusalem. Good evening, Deborah.
Good evening, Nancy. Well, the Israeli military experts tell us that while this deal looks good on paper, the real test will be whether the ceasefire holds on the ground. The guns fall silent in just a few hours from now, or at least that's the plan.
I applaud the crazy decision made by the leaders of Lebanon and Israel to end the violence. It reminds us that peace is possible.
The U.S. brokered deal has been approved by Israel's cabinet. But if Hezbollah violates the ceasefire and tries to rearm, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said we will attack. Under the agreement, the ceasefire will last 60 days, during which Israeli troops will withdraw from Lebanon, and in return, Hezbollah will retreat all the way back north of the Litani River, with Lebanese troops and UN forces keeping the peace. In the final hours before the ceasefire takes hold, Israel has tried to inflict maximum punishment, striking across Lebanon. And in northern Israel, sirens sounded as Hezbollah launched multiple rocket attacks. Most were intercepted. The two sides have been trading fire for over a year, but it escalated into an all-out war over 2 months ago. First, the exploding pager attacks in Lebanon, which killed dozens and wounded more than 3,000 people. Then Israel's relentless bombing campaign and the assassination of Hezbollah's leader Hassan Nasrallah, as well as other senior commanders. Nearly 120 people have been killed in Israel. In Lebanon, the death toll is far higher. Close to 4,000 lives have been lost. For those caught up in this conflict, a ceasefire cannot come soon enough. And tonight, Nancy, Israel is still ordering people to evacuate certain neighborhoods inside Lebanon, warning more strikes are to come. This with just a few hours to go before that ceasefire comes into effect.
Deborah Patta, thank you.